Hand clap, brothers and sisters. That was a weak one right there. Oh, that was still a weak one, man. Hand clap to the massive, brothers and sisters. We are finally made into this Saturday edition. Saturday vibration, brothers and sisters. On this Mystelics Reacts channel. Welcome to every single one, guys. All the Mystelics family and new video to tune in to see what's up with my thoughts and comments, and also to see what's up with you guys' comments on the video that had the most comments. Right there, we'll definitely be reacting to that vibrations. Of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Click it, brothers and sisters, to help push these videos for the day, and of course for you to be notified of more of my videos. YouTube will then recommend my videos to you guys when you click the thumbs up button. Of course, definitely doing so. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more vibrations, as I will definitely be posting and publishing them. When I post and publish, you'll be notified when you click the subscribe button and click the bell and click all, brothers and sisters. You will get that vibrations right here. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations for today. Of course, we see this sentiment right here, which is very interesting to me. An individual is thanking the Prime Minister, Roosevelt SKERRIT, and Melissa's SKERRIT. Interesting. I always find this very interesting. Remember, brothers and sisters, yesterday I was talking about individuals who send stuff from all over the place, and they send it to Dominica, and then the people in Dominica want to make it seem as if it is they that did the contribution to the people, when it was people overseas that sent the contributions. Right there, a number of persons that reached out to me. This guy is thanking the government, Prime Minister SKERRIT, and of course Melissa, and he's saying, as I can finally sleep in a house. Interesting. Thank you, God. Thank you, everybody. It's interesting that people are making it look like SKERRIT has some sort of God complex for some reason. Forgetting and completely forgetting, or maybe just plain wicked, that is the same person that you are thanking for a house, that is the one preventing you from getting a house or making a house yourself, from being independent of the government. They are the ones who are literally making you come and get house from them for free, because you cannot make it yourself as a result of the very economy that they have destroyed. The only people who are in charge of the economy, brothers and sisters, is the caretakers of the economy. And if the caretakers are not making the economy work for the people, then they have to foot the bill for the people that they have destroyed as a result of the economy. And you are thanking the Prime Minister and Melissa SKERRIT for giving you a house, knowing that you cannot make a house on your own as a result of the weak economy that very Roosevelt SKERRIT and Melissa them and company have created, while inadvertently enriching themselves. You can clearly see, based off objective reality, that these people, not living in one mansion, not living in two, but on their third one, creating their third one right there, brothers and sisters. The third one, much bigger than the others. And you have to be thanking somebody for giving you a house as a man. One of my elders always used to say, you never make man working for man. That's one thing when you're working for man and cannot make it, and then you have to resort to another man to give you a house as a man. It has been brought to my attention that when it comes down to this circumstance, the very Prime Minister has been making moves on certain people, trying to also give them favors. I actually met up with a number of them. Right there, I've been making these claims, brothers and sisters. Talking about, oh, he likes to see this person and so forth. Yeah, let me not get into it. Let me leave that there. And he, as a man now, has to pretty much do the same thing, quote unquote. Rely on another man to give him a house to live in. And we don't seem to realize that SKERRIT is not God. He's saying, thank God. I remember SKERRIT put in a letter when he giving people house. The Lord gave and the Lord take off away. The question here is, he's thanking SKERRIT and Melissa. I wonder if he's thanking them as God, or is he thanking the Creator? Now, brothers and sisters, to thank the Creator is not on the basis of what man can give you as a result of what they have caused. To thank the Creator is based on your skill set that he has given you. There's nothing wrong with somebody giving somebody something. But when that person is preventing you from getting that something and they have to give it to you, something is wrong there. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know. Correct me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters. I want to be wrong. Tell me, Mystelics, you lie. Say it in the comment, Mystelics, you lie, and tell me how I lie. Let me know that in the comment box below. So the question here is, if SKERRIT presents himself as some sort of God in front of the people. I know this is not, real and stuff. Hopefully you guys don't think that this is real. But of course, it has a sentiment right there when people have to be thanking SKERRIT for giving them a house. And inadvertently, the same people you're thanking for giving a house is the ones that preventing you from being independent to make your own house. Tell me, brothers and sisters, how many young people especially How many young people out there are making their houses? Tell me. Tell me. In Dominica. Tell me. Tell me. I want to know. Talk to me. When nurses have to go to the bank and say, we want to get a loan, and the officers, the loan officers are telling them, no, you cannot get it because your salaries are too low. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I just thought I'd put this on, brothers and sisters. It's unfortunate that this man looks like he doesn't have any issues, and then has to then go out there on public platform, probably daytime, to thank the Prime Minister. Make sure you thank the Prime Minister and his wife. Make sure you do so. That's probably one of the prerequisites you need to get. But who exactly is the one giving houses, brothers and sisters? Is either CBI or World Bank? Are they thanking CBI for these things? Are they thanking the World Bank? You think SKERRIT take on his salary to give you house? You think is that? It's interesting that the one that did not actually put their own money forward to give you stuff, you thanking them. Why do you thank the people of Dominica for it? If it's the CBI, because it's their birthright. Why did you thank the people of Dominica for giving a house? Why did you thank the World Bank for footing the bill and have to give how much houses and so forth to people? Funding it themselves. So they can get, why are you thanking Melissa and SKERRIT? What Melissa have to do that? It always mind boggles me, brothers and sisters. Always mind boggles me. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I just had to throw this out there. But of course, this is not what we are here for. Of course, we are here for that, but let me know your thoughts in that regard. But of course, we're going to be reacting to, wait a while. What is this?
Sheila can come from some UNFOR.
Oh, so this girl is probably trying to read some eulogy or whatever she's trying to read. And apparently she cannot say the word unfortunately.
Sheila can come from some UNFOR.
Uncomfortable?
She laughed and comfort
But how is uncom? But you said UNFOR. How is uncom? Uncom is UNCOM. Is it Mina? Or it's really terrible?
She laughed and comfort some. She laughed and comfort some UNFOR.
UNFOR is unfor.
She laughed.
So it's unfortunately, unforgettable,
and comfort.
Brothers and sisters, when I see certain things like this, I don't know what situation is happening there. Maybe this is not even in Dominica. But when I see these kind of situations and grown people of sorts, that tells me that the education department is failing. Wherever that they are, it could be education department failing, or it could be the individual themselves wickedly doing themselves this kind of things there. Not taking on the active measure for them to learn to read and to pronounce words, brothers and sisters. Hooked on phonics. They have hooked on phonics in school still there. Do we still have this? Or we unhooked on the phonics? But then talk to me. Well, the girl can say unfortunately or unforgettable, whatever it is. My goodness. If you know that could be, she couldn't write probably, and they give her something to read. And she can't read it.
She left and come from some UNFOR.
She say UNFORG, so maybe unforgettable.
She left.
And the cameraman so wicked, they showing who that read it.
And comfort. And comfort.
Best you had come down. If it's me that is you, my girl, I saying sorry and I walking down here. Yeah. I would not keep embarrassing myself like that. No! It will not happen. No! Not so. Not today. Probably tomorrow. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let me know your thoughts on that regard right there. What would you have done if you was this person? Would you make this person go up and read? Apparently, they didn't have no how do you call it that? Where you go and you do your wrongs before the actual show. It's not song check now talking about. Well, I guess song check will have to fit there. Anyways, let's get into the vibrations, brothers and sisters, of course, for those of you guys who did not know. But apparently this video was the one that actually had the most comments, man. There was 46 comments. Tourist reacts to Dominica port. Robbery victim response to backlash. And of course, we had a number of individuals who made a number of comments. 46 comments. There was one that was actually close to it. 45. There was another one that was like 30, something like 38 comments. So big up to every single one of you guys. I appreciate you guys for definitely leaving your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. We definitely want to see what individuals have to say. Not just me, brothers and sisters. Not just me. So I definitely want to see what you guys have to say. Let me see if sorted by newest comment. Most should have a newest apply. So we'll start on the first, brothers and sisters. All right. So Z Fox, big up yourself one time, is saying there is nothing wrong with what he sees in front of him. In the Bahamas Freeport, he's actually talking about the tourist right there who was talking about the Roseau situation. There's nothing wrong with what he sees in front of him. In the Bahamas Freeport, there are containers and a shed as welcome terminals. When I was in Bahamas, I never saw that there. So maybe you're talking about a different port. But where I was, brothers and sisters, you guys can clearly know when I landed, I filmed it the first time. When I landed, brothers and sisters, I filmed it. You guys saw how nice it was looking. I didn't see any containers or nothing like that. It's like these people designed Bahamas for it to look very attractive. And when you go one place, you're like, wow, what is this? Wow, what is, you want to go different places? I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, like I saw it. So that's what I saw. So if you're saying there are containers, well, maybe it's true. But when I went there, I didn't see any containers, brothers and sisters. Anyways, this individual was saying in Freeport, there are containers and a shed as a welcome terminal. He had no interest in visiting the island, and that's fine too. Many others visit because Dominica is one of the most visited destinations for cruise pass. I don't think that self is highly inaccurate. But let me give a thumbs up for the comments. Dominica is not one of the most visited destinations of cruise passengers. In fact, I think Dominica is one of the least. But thanks so much for the comment right there, Z Fox. Hot Shots 69 Hot Shots. The man is right. I'm guessing talking about the individual who retaliated against the one who come to steal. Thanks so much for the comments. Hot Shot, you on the roll. Oh my God, Hot Shot, you on the roll, man. Anyways, Hot Shot is saying instead scared. Where's Dominica money? Waste. Interesting. WASTE. All right. Instead scared. Where's Dominica? Let me not correct people here. Instead scared. Where's Dominica money? At least 30 years ago, he could build a cruise pier. I agree. One of the things I think Dominica is lacking greatly when it comes down to this sentiment, they build this jetty or port in the wrong direction. They should have built it against the waves, not with the waves. This is why a lot of the boats cannot even come in. And you think that, hey, we need to redesign this stuff so things can be better. And apparently nothing is being done. And then SKERRIT ball, oh my goodness, how come the boat go Guadeloupe because he couldn't land because of waves? Really? You did absolutely nothing to facilitate that. But you wondering why go Guadeloupe. Anyways, thanks so much for the comment right there. Send kids. Okay, all right. Send kites. That is how many times smaller. Yeah, Send kids is much, much smaller than Dominica. And they have a big cruise pier at port for 6 ships. Dominica is very bad. Yes. Thanks for that comment. I have to agree. St. Lucia. I used to wonder how St. Lucia getting all this boats inside that crevice that they do it in Castries there. Because the boats coming in and they have to fit themselves in. And I saw this and I was like, wow. And then some boats are literally waiting outside to come in so that the boats... It's interesting how things go. Mystelics $50. I guess you can give me $50. I don't know. But hey, if you get appreciations, all right, thanks so much. I don't know where you give it, but if you give it, thank you very much, sir. My links are in the description if you want to know where to send the $50 50 million. I don't know. Anyways, he's Hot Shots is on the roll again. Hot Shots is saying build a cruise up here for 6 ships. This is a cargo port. Yeah, pretty much. I think the reason why they decided to put the boat there is because they didn't have nowhere else to put it, or the boat will have to wait and stuff. Which of course I guess would make sense, but I mean you need to prepare for these things. We need to prepare for these things. That's the whole point, right? Anyways, Cleon, that is a Cleon Paul. Dominica is the last Kakarot. Unfortunately, he's true, he's right. Brothers and sisters, not lie. Economically, Dominica is last. In terms of resources, Dominica is number one, even compared to that of Jamaica. And I think, matter of fact, it is on top of Jamaica because we have more even volcanic volcanoes than Jamaica. We have all these things Jamaica have. They tend to have limestone and different color rivers and this kind of things. But it's not nothing that Dominicans themselves can do. We can paint stone blue. Paint stone blue. That will defeat the point of nature. But it's unfortunate that that is actually true. Dominica is indeed last Kakar when it comes down to the economic standing and the possibility factor that Dominica can actually grow. I think Dominica has the most resources on its little island compared to the rest of the other islands, and the other islands are literally doing better than Dominica. How can that be? It's like somebody having a full talent to do everything. You ever heard this saying, jack of all trade? Then it goes master of none, but still better than the master of one. Still better than the master of one. You see all that interesting right there? Dominica is a jack of all trade, brothers and sisters. But it acting like it's only one it have. And that one is CBI. And we don't even know how to handle CBI because right now the Prime Minister asking for the Dominican people in Dominica to come together to give him money to participate in this investment. Boy, I tell you, boy, it's really something else. Cleon is also saying, my brother, I came to Dominica with some friends and I was ashamed when the tourist boat docked there. Poor side Dominica week. Yes, brothers and sisters. They have a terrible, I don't understand how these people are thinking. They don't think, let me click a thumbs up on that. I don't understand how these people are thinking. The people in charge of making Rosa look nice and beautiful. I don't know what on earth they're doing. People coming in, brothers and sisters, they saw sight. Look, the tourists. You don't think the tourists had see such a beautiful sight. You'll be like, wow, this is absolutely flawless. There is no reason why the tourist would not say this unless he's seen something completely contrary. We call it the nature isle, brothers and sisters. You pass in, my grand aunt was here in Dominica. And when we came from Scotland and she going down, she realized how Dominica, well, she always said she don't coming back because Dominica is expensive. But why we left Scotland and we went down, brothers and sisters, nice sun hitting the mountain, and she said, wow, it is absolutely beautiful. I tell her, well, that is the reason why you need to come down more so you can get to see this kind of thing. She said she'll sit on my videos. She said she will sit on my videos, brothers and sisters. But my God, Dominica is absolutely beautiful. Oh, beauty. Brothers and sisters, sometimes when you sit in mountains and you see the clouds passing over, one of my friends that I came down was hanging out with me. And she came to Portsmouth, brothers and sisters, and we went up to that cold Soufriere region. And at that time, the clouds was passing very fast over. And I brought her to another spot a little higher. And we were in the clouds, man. And the clouds was rushing through. And that was absolutely breathtaking, my God. Absolutely. Even I get the goosebumps telling you that. Because I watched the cloud climbing the mountain and come and pass over us. And the beauty, oh, God's creation is, oh, my God in heaven. How can a man watch and say there is no God? Oh, my God. Anyways, I get it. I get it into it, Papa. Anyways, yes, Dominica is beautiful, but unfortunately, you know, they need to do something about these things, man. They had these white tents and stuff. I don't know what on earth these people were doing. White tents, the ghetto fabulous, they're trying to make it. And then you have white tents, then the people themselves don't know how they're making their bread. Because most of the people are in the tent. Don't get me wrong, you know. I agree for individuals to definitely make a sale, but they need to do something in that region where they are able to make it like what Bahamas have. A cruise village. A cruise village so that people can be, oh, let's go there, what's going on there, and get more information and get, oh my goodness, we need the right set of people at the top to do these things. But we don't. Anyways, moving along, brothers and sisters. Jaden Jane Warrington is saying to the guy whose bike is still missing, I can send him a bike. If he wants, if he's interested in getting a new bicycle, send a message. I can ship it. Okay. So we have somebody, Jane Warrington, who is actually looking to help you. Definitely do so. The individual, guys, try to reach up to the individual and show him this video and show him that somebody's actually trying to help him get a bike. It's unfortunate that your bike had to be stolen and stuff. And the police themselves sometimes cannot help. Well, not that they cannot help, they're lazy. Some of them blatantly lazy. You know? I told one of them this that the day all you does making all your belly big. He was trying to kick it off. He had a big belly. I said, sir, you ready to roll or something? He thought I talk about walking. I know I said not walking, just lie down on the ground and roll with that big belly you have there. Put your hand up on the roll. Go up Cabrit and roll. That's a whole other story right there. So guys, if you know the guy who lost the bicycle, you know, the yellow bike at 7-Eleven in Canefield, hit me up. My information is in the thing, or you guys can hit me up on Instagram or on Facebook. Mainly hit me up on Instagram, guys. You know, hit me up there. Or just send me an email on BrBpTV@gmail.com and then I'll make the link with this individual right there. Thanks so much for that. Let me give a love for this. So trying to help right there. My creator's child, an individual who has been, you know, there. Listen, I am Dominica living in the United Kingdom. This individual is indicating right there. You know the ones, Dominicans in, let me make this bigger. Papa, well, you ready? You ready? All right. You was ready for me, Papa. Anyways, listen, I am a Dominican living in the United Kingdom. You know the ones Dominicans in, you know, ones Dominicans in Dominica don't want to hear from. The ones Dominicans, okay. The ones Dominicans in Dominica, the ones Dominicans in Dominica don't want to hear from. Well, sometimes you got to listen. I've been saying this for donkey years, for years. The whole of Roseau is the pits. Yes, actually did a whole reaction on when I think it was Mr. Henry Shillingford going around with Catherine, and they went around Roseau looking at the dilapidated conditions of the capital. The capital, oh my goodness. Anyways, the whole of Roseau is the pits. I guess, you know, in shambles. While everyone has been calling for an international airport, a highway for quick criminals, I have been calling to fix up Roseau town centers. I agree, that definitely needs to be done. Why would anybody want to travel thousands of miles to walk around the open sewer dump? Well, sometimes Roseau does have a stench, brothers and sisters. I'm not gonna lie, have a stench, and then you have the whole. Anyways, you have to clean up your own backyard, that's true. You have to clean your backyard first, organize the different things that you need to organize before you say, let's look into an international airport. One of the things I think Dominica falter on greatly is the understanding that we should have built up agriculture, since agriculture should be our main crop, our main food basket, our main thing. You know, talk to any economist out there. Even Thompson says the same thing too. Agriculture should be our main thing that we should look into. But it is what it is. Anyways, you have to clean your up. He's saying, this individual, I don't know if it's a he or she. Anyways, you have to clean up your own backyard first before people come in to visit. If it is the nature isle of the Caribbean, why is this not the first thing to greet tourists? Agreed. That's one of the reasons why we talk about the containers that should not be there. But they put the people there because they don't have no other support. They should fix up the little thing in Bayfront so that at least 2 ships can come there side by side. It's not a difficult task, brothers and sisters. I see that happening all over the place. All the different islands that I went and I saw this. Even some place, well, that's in Bahamas, Cape Hope Cape, whatever that little island called. That too have a port. A little island, my brothers and sisters. You can walk around the island in probably 30, well, less than that. Because you've seen the whole island there, brothers and sisters, and you have the beach. And you can just decide, oh, let me not take a walk, man, a short walk. Probably 20 minutes walk around the island. And that can host 2 big boats. Or you tripping right now, man. Or you tripping right now. So if it is the nature isle of the Caribbean, why is this not the first thing to greet tourists? Forgive me for talking plain, but it is because I am coming from abroad and I can see it through the eyes of a tourist. That's true. When you sometimes overseas, you get to see things from an outside perspective looking in. Sometimes when you're living in it, it is difficult to see. Kind of like the frog in the water, the boiling water. If the water was hot and the frog jumping in, boop, it will jump out because it's hot. But sometimes when the frog in the water and the water is cold and it boiling, then the frog does stay inside there, the frog wouldn't jump, you know. It will stay there until it dies, brothers and sisters. Because it never really figured out how hot the water was. It adapted to its environment. And I think that is what a lot of Dominicans are doing. They are adapting to the environment and realizing how things were back then. They just adapting to the environment and completely forgetting themselves in the process. Forgive me for talking plainly, but it is because I am coming from abroad. I can see it through the eyes of a tourist. Sometimes when you're living in it, it is difficult to see the forest for the trees. See the forest, I guess. See the forest for the trees. Or see the forest before the trees. I guess you want to take it like that. I'll tell you this. It is called the Beauty Nature Isle of the Caribbean. But through no help of its people. Dominica, she did it yeah. I keep saying this. Dominica actually sustains its very people. Just like I talk about the clouds passing over. This is not what man has done, you know. This is Mother Nature providing itself and say, look me, I am beautiful, respect me, please. You know? So Dominica, she did it all on her own right there. The people just helped to spoil it. Sometimes people tend to do these things. You have two great things going for Roseau, the river and the old market. I don't think these are great things right now, huh? But hey, you probably know what you're saying. Why not clean it up? Why not clean up the river, grow greenery along the banks, not just the banks, you know, in Roseau, but set greenery, trees along the river lines so that it'll prevent the more evaporation from happening. But if you don't have the trees, the sun is going to hit this thing, smack that, and then the evaporation of the river is happening, and then you have less water in the riverbed. I don't think people seem to see this, but I agree with you, no doubt about it. They plant trees around, you know, that area where they have the promenade and so forth. You know, things can probably escalate a bit better and make it look nicer. You agree or disagree, brothers and sisters? Talk to me. Why not clean the rivers, grow greenery along its banks, set up paved wooden squares along its banks with tables and benches? I think that's something similar to what the opposite of KFC have around the promenade region. And yeah, where people can sit and relax and, you know. And why not extend the old market along the bay? With quaint restaurants. That's proper thinking. That is tourists' favorite pastime, true. They are by the river, eating a nice meal and, you know, chilling. Remember the tourists back in the days, Wi-Fi, they had to come and try and get by WeChat. They pull up trying to get Wi-Fi. That is something else, boy. They leave Wi-Fi and they go to come and try and get Wi-Fi in Roseau because there's nothing there Sunday. They come, they have nothing to do. Brothers and sisters, but want to build international airport for people to come to what? To come to what? Anyways, guys, and of course restaurants and have crazy cobbled mosaic paving. Oh, you're talking about the architecture, I guess. It's Caribbean designs, mosaic pavings with Caribbean designs, different types of palms. Yeah, artist shops. Fix up the museum. Yeah, I think I myself never knew the Dominican Museum. I knew. About a few years ago, I found that out in brothers and sisters. That was interesting right there. But I've never been inside there. I don't think I've ever been. Is the museum open? What exactly they have inside there? Anyways, and sell arty paintings. Paintings, I think that should come from the local individuals. Sculptures from native Dominicans. Exactly. Shall I continue? Yeah. Where are our arty Kalinagos? Come on, man. I remember back in the day, you used to have the Kalinago folks have their legal arty stuff. I guess they decide they're not coming nowhere else. They're staying in Kalinago. If you want it, you have to come Kalinago territory. I guess maybe that's how they're doing it. Now, come on, man. How can a capital city be your eyesore? That's a good question right there. I love Dominica, but I agree wholeheartedly with the tourists. But I guess you only listen to white people. Apparently, they don't want to listen to the very local people themselves who are making these claims as well. Vanya Thomas, pick up yourself one time. Oh, let me give a thumbs up to this. Thanks so much for that comment. Vanya is indicating, same here. I live in the United Kingdom. visit my family in Dominica. I'm guessing the individual was responding to this person right there. And I agree with everything you had to say. Sometimes the truth is hard to hear. It's hard to swallow, brothers and sisters, but you have to swallow it. If it's hard, drink some water and swallow it. Man, yes, man. My creator's back again, indicating, listen, I'm a Dominican living in the United Kingdom. You know, the one Dominican, what? I think we actually read this before. Yeah, we just read this. So your comment came there twice. I think maybe you think this. Anyways, let's move around right there. Same here. Why is it doubled? It doubled for some reason. Anyways, Celestine Sejean, big up yourself one time, is indicating when the ship arrive on port and announce negative or negative and announces negative about the island. I witnessed this myself. So I'm guessing the individual was on the ship. Well, I mean, it's not announcing negativism, you know. The person actually saw what they saw and gave their viewpoint on what they saw. So I agree with the person for saying what you see. And I think that is the best set of people that we need to listen to, individuals who say what they see. Sometimes we inside there and we do bother feed, but when people come in, they say what they say, but that person saying that, hey, let me do something about this. Let me do something about that, brothers and sisters. Sometimes you have a set of containers that are nothing inside there. You know, they don't know what to do with containers, so they just pack it there. And then the tourists come in and see these things. What do you expect them to see? Anyways, thanks so much for that comment right there. Something really wrong. Trey Gunner is saying something really wrong with that government and what these guys are doing, but people playing BS. Yeah. I think one of the things that I always say, I think the people feel defeated. They're the very government. You know, people protest and nothing happening. They do shutdown of businesses, nothing happening. Well, certain things happening, but not to the magnitude that people want. But like I always say, brothers and sisters, I believe that individuals definitely need to do what? They need to go and vote. If you want change, don't say I don't vote in. Go and vote. Go and register and go and vote, brothers and sisters. Whether SKERRIT decide to call election now and use the old list or the new list coming, everybody need to go there and vote. We need to take an active measure in this right there to go and vote. LBBX free RM, that thief just became a walking advertisement for why you shouldn't rob people. Agreed. Yeah, because they give him some good street justice. Indeed, they give him some blows in the street, and then the other partner come and give him some more blows. That thief didn't learn a very public lesson. That thief definitely learned a very public lesson today. Exactly how a community should look out for each other. True, agree that 100%. Give a heart on that as well. LLBX is back again. Honestly, it's disappointing seeing tourists arrive in Dominica, especially when cruise ship docks. We make it bigger. Honestly, it's disappointing seeing tourists arrive in Dominica, especially when cruise ship docks at the second port, and there's absolutely nothing for them. I just said that. No welcome, no farewell. Visually, it's true. Because when we went to Barbados, brothers and sisters, they were playing drums and they were playing music and they were playing all kind of thing. And then as you continue going, brothers and sisters, you've seen all kind of things happening, in Bahamas. And then you go outside and there's more music outside. And then the people meet you outside and they welcome you. They don't care if you're white or black, you come in from a cruise ship. Then people welcome you open arms, brothers and sisters. You guys should watch the vlog. Type in Mystelics Bahamas on YouTube. Or if you want, let me know in the comment box below that you want to see that video and I'll send that link for you guys right there. They were welcoming and we had fun going different places and so forth and so forth. Calling some of my people, then they tell me where to go. They tell me things to do and whatnot. Let somebody call you and tell you, hey, go buy botanical gardens, man. Go buy flavors and get a meal. Maybe it's me that don't know. Brothers and sisters. But of course, LBX, you know, is saying that sentiment right there. No welcome, no farewell. Visually, it's really bad. Nothing to showcase our culture. You know, the first thing I wonder, especially, and the thing is, guys, it's not to say they don't know when tourists come in. You know, they know when tourists come in. There's literally a schedule when tourists come in. So you don't have to have these people constantly there playing drums. And you know when they're coming in, you know. Have them out there, or the others have them in the airport when it comes for Creole season. Have these same people come and do the thing there when the tourist boat come in, so at least it has some level of excitement. When you come to look to see what's going on, brothers and sisters, you know, then no music, nothing outside there, but they're going, but let me just stay inside. That music on the ship. It have people playing steel pan and all kind of thing on the ship. What are they coming to look for? I don't even know why I go in. I don't even know why I go in. To at least come out to invite people to come and play music now. Oh boy, I tell you, it's really nothing to showcase our culture. The first thing I wonder is, what exactly is the tourism minister doing? Yeah. No, what are they doing? Talk to me, brothers and sisters. What exactly is the tourism minister? What exactly are any of the ministers doing? What? Agricultural minister, what you doing? Tourism minister, what you doing? Look, the other day they have to be making noise and tell people in the court, you have bush, tourist season, you have the bush, that's all over the place. And then you're bringing people to look over Rosso, and it's a set of bush they see. Boy, in the other part, they have to fix up a particular area, and the area was done until the workers had to make noise and say, hey, this needs to be done. And then they come in and make it while the tourists are there on island. That is something else, you know, boy. Oh my goodness. What is the Minister of Tourism doing? I have no idea. Are we only focused on Creole in the park, forgetting the basics? We can do so. We can do so much better for visitors and for our economy right there. Kudos to you for that comment, LLBX Free RM. Leona James is giving a comment right there. They spoiled Mr. the wrong way. Obia they put on him for his dirty ways. Maybe in Guara. So I'm guessing he's talking about the volley. They put the Obia on him. Well, let's hope not. Thanks for that comment, though. MS is giving it his or her input. Speaker was stolen. You retrieve your speaker and then proceed to go in pursuit of the perpetrator in another country. You will be locked up and charged for. So that's you see, it's important to listen. It's very important to listen. The individual is saying it's not on the basis of the speaker. Is the fact that when his uncle go to look for the individual who stole his speaker, the individual then choked his uncle, resulting in the possibility that his uncle could have died as a result of that. He literally said, you didn't listen to the video. You can tell when people don't listen to the video. And because you don't listen to the video, I don't like in that comment at all. You probably like your comment, but that's okay. Anyways, moving along right there. It's important to listen, brothers and sisters. Listening is key. My goodness gracious. Bro, why do they dock at the port? Why do they dock at the port? For them to put on the tourists. I guess. I don't know why. Anyways, guys, why do they dock at the port? Why do you think they dock at the port? What is it? Maroxon. Alright, Maroxon. Let me tell you, the thief meet the right person indeed. So completely contrary to what MSHV was saying right there. They meet the right person. So if it was your mother or father, the thief stabbing his head, what would you do? Guys, I ain't waiting for no police. The amount of foote. I see that correct, eh? Hey, foote blast, brothers and sisters. That getting in his mother head. Police would have to take me away too. The barman is a hero. He saved future victims. Heartache and victimization from this would-be thief future actions. Hey, thanks for that comment as well. Jameson House is saying Americans in our waters. Yeah, they have boats, you know, that's true. Jameson House is saying if you build it, they will come. Stop your negative ideology. What? If you build it, they will come. If you build what? If you build what, they will come. What is this person talking about? Guys, help me understand what that person is talking about there, please. Vicky, pick up yourself one time. And the individuals who always comments on my videos, I appreciate you right there, Vicky J. Lewis. Well, I think that Dominica should make more of an effort to improve the cruise ship berth and the areas around it, the surrounding areas, to attract the tourists to venture into the island. That's something I was just saying a while ago right there, brothers and sisters. The government hasn't done or haven't done the so-called enhancements across the beachfront. Remember, they have to do rules enhancement project. It happened in It happened already? Don't start? All right. All right then. They was doing some drainage fixing, brothers and sisters. I don't know if that worked, but you will let me know in the comment box below. Across the Bayfront, they need to stop using money to give their supporters CWO, yes, and do the necessary improvements, which I think that's what the money should be going into, helping and improving the place. The damn police should be doing their job properly. The police authority should contract a firm to train the police. I agree. I think a lot of training needs to be done when it comes down to the police fraternity right there. Hot on them is saying, I think huge changes can be made in the surroundings to attract the tourists. Yes, definitely. Bring something, make something colorful or something of that sort. We have a set of white tent in rows who think we can bring people to go and shop inside these places. White tent to do what? Huh? When you go different places, you see different colors. You see the color, different colors. I guess that's something that attracts you to people. Colors. Make the colors. Anyways, let me give a thumbs up to Vicky right there. What? All right. Anyways. Yes, guys. I have them saying anyways, I think huge changes can be made in the surroundings to attract the tourists, especially in the particular area and other areas of Roseau. Secondly, being a thief. You call yourself a thief? Secondly, being a thief, then acting wrong and strong, okay, comes with penalties. So thieves out there, be mindful. Yeah, I agree that person, 100%. Be mindful. Let this be a deterrent of what you, if you're a thief, you will get. I hope your uncle recovers. Hopefully your uncle recovers as well. No doubt about it. Martindale is saying, Martindale is also saying, I would have done, click thumbs up, more to the man, God, he knows. I guess you're saying you'll click a thumbs up because of what the guy did to the thief. So, hey, I second that, my brother. All right, kudos, second it. USA, all you begging to be nuke. What? USA, all you begging to be nuke. No idea what that means. But of course, thanks for the comment. Martindale, yourself, you're on a roll, eh? All right, thanks for the comment, Papa. What is that? Them cruise ship, I guess, is not on no drug scene. It is more than that. I don't know what the person talking about there. All right, you lose me. You lose me, eh? You lose me, man. Yes. Anyways, Kun Bruno is saying the barman is a real hustler. Yeah. When he had the bar, the Bayfront, yeah, I thought I remembered him on the Bayfront, and he took out his pallets and stuff. So you know this guy has been working hard. He's been working extremely hard, man. So yeah, I kind of remember. I didn't want to say it, but thanks, you saw that as well. The barman is a real hustler. When he had the bar on the Bayfront, he used to attract lots of tourists. And guess what the other vendors, including Mr. Badwill Woman, caused them to break down his bar. See the Bayfront today, dead. Yeah, I have to give a thumbs up to that as well. So, anyways, we are Shad Anthony. People keep forgetting that the real money from cruise ship isn't the few tourists who come off to walk around. The majority of the revenue is made from the docking fees, taxes, charges the tourist lines pay just to enter the port. No, I agree to the sentiment that, well, I have two thought process on this, because I think sometimes it is the government that wants certain boats to come to the island. Is that the case? Because when the tourist boat comes, because keep in mind, Dominica is a nature island of the Caribbean, as they see. So if it's a nature island of the Caribbean, then obviously you're gonna need the tourist boats would want to bring people to come and see the nature island of the Caribbean. So is it the tourist boat that then pays to dock on the port, or is the government the one paying the boats to come? I should do some research. No. You guys do research for me. Let me know your thoughts in that regard right there. But even though the majority of revenue is made from docking fees, let's say that what that person is saying is correct. Make from docking fees, taxis, you know, taxes from landing and what, and charges the cruise from the cruise ship. Then how does the people benefit from that though? How does the people benefit? How do the taxi operators benefit? How do the vendors benefit? I think that's where the money should come. The money should come to the people. Not go back to the government, who are apparently not doing nothing. I would understand that if the government has to pay, or the ship is paying the government to dock on the port. Great. You dock on the port, you have to pay fees to the government to dock on the port. You have to pay taxes, all these kind of things there. And then what is this money being used for? Is this money going into repairing the ports? Is it going to improving the ports? Is it going into improving the area for tourists to come in? And is that the case? If not, then it'll make more sense that the money goes into the people's hands. That will actually help them to further their crafts, to further do what they have to do to be able to supply for their family and so forth. Because with the taxes and the fees, docking fees and all those kind of things, it doesn't come to the people, you know. So if most of the money is being made by the government and the government is doing absolutely nothing with that money to help facilitate the betterment of the docks and create a better environment for tourists to come, then that money is futile. It's futile. That's my thoughts on this, man. That's my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts? Anyways, thanks for the comment. My creator, yeah, but them coming off would help. Definitely. Of course, them would actually help the people themselves. Shad Antoine is, again, people keep forgetting that the real money. Okay, why it keeps repeating? Anyways, Jerry Nelson, wasting money. They could make a long jetty going out to the sea. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, guys. Instead of having the thing like this going with the waves, they should make something straight that goes against the waves. That way, boats will be able to land better and this kind of things there. That's why I was talking about the previous comment, that the money is apparently not going into to better in the ports and make improvements. No, it's not like that, bro. But hey, they get the money, Papa, according to this individual right there. Anyways, maybe it's both way, by the way, brothers and sisters. Maybe the government pays certain boats to come to the island, and maybe sometimes boats want to come to the island as a result of the request of the people. Maybe they want to see certain places, or they have a trajectory path, and then the boats have to come. So maybe it has both mannerisms right there. Okay, that's a repeat. Wasting money, they could make a long jetty. Let me give a thumbs up for this. I agree with you right there. Why doesn't it show another one? Anyways, remember your creator. So there's my creator's child and there's remember your creator. All right, Papa. Hopefully it's two different people are there. Cambridge cruise ship booth, if it was ever rebuilt, has a more beautiful area. Yeah, I agree. Portsmouth, Cambridge definitely has a more beautiful area right there. The mountain is right there. You know, there's a cool breeze that passes. The beach is right there. And so more boats should actually come to the Portsmouth. Roseau, you don't have beach right there, you know. You probably have to go Kinfield, or you have to come right Foncoley to try to get the semblance of a beach. Why Roseau? Why are we going Roseau for? Come Cambridge, Purple Turtle right there. Bell Hall right there. If you want to say that way, let me go and take a little thing. You can go Intercontinental Hotel right there. Then again, you don't have proper thinking people, brothers and sisters. You don't have it. But it is what it is. Willie Bethel is responding to remember your creator in Puerto Rico. About 5 cruise ships a day on the dock is only vendors. Yeah, the vendors get a lot of money there. You know, is helping. That's what I'm talking about. Helping the people, not giving the government money in fees. That to me defeating the purpose of tourism, eh? If the whole purpose of tourism, based on what the individual is saying, so the ships can dock, and then they have to pay docking fees, and they have to pay taxes and all those kind of things there, that defeats the whole purpose, because tourism is everybody's business and should benefit the people more than it's benefiting the government. It's interesting. Anyways, Jerry Nelson is also stating, we have a working port with containers packed up, but is there they want to bring tourists. Yeah, so I guess they have no other place to bring them, so that's why they bring them there. Anyways, Kwame Lawrence is saying a lot of tourists come out of the ship. Not half, but a lot come out. And no doubt, I mean, if there's one person that come out, people come out to him. But I'm talking about the reference versus, you know, a set of tourists coming out. And, you know, quite a lot of them coming out. In comparison to Dominica, quite a lot of them stay on the boat versus quite a lot of them coming out. I think if more of the boats came to Portsmouth, where you have the beach there, you have a number of facilities there that can actually facilitate them. They can go cabins, chill out in the park and have a picnic and so forth and so forth. Instead of coming to Roseau to do what? To take taxi to go and drive on road and for people to complain. They can come right there. They should bring them to Purple Turtle. They can come on the beach. That's what cruise people tend to do, you know. They come on cruise, they go on the beach, and then they go on the cruise and they go back in the winter. That we have the beach right there. Instead, we bring them Portsmouth, we bring them Roseau. To do what? I don't know. You guys have helped me understand. But yeah, I agree with you. A lot of tourists, but not, you know, not as much come out, but still. You see in the video, say they see that with your own eyes. Well, I haven't seen it. I see some tourists, from time to time, let me not say I haven't seen it. From time to time, when tourists come out, sometimes they come out and you see a lot of buses that they hop on and they go different places. I'm guessing that they actually had these things planned ahead. So that's why they end up coming out and go on the buses and so forth and so forth. And, you know, yeah. Anyways, Hendrix Ishmael is saying, Mystelics, you read about Alibaba and the 40 thieves when you were in school in Portsmouth? No, I never know that. You said it yourself several times on YouTube. Me? I never said anywhere we know Alibaba. Mind me, please. Anyways, you said it yourself several times on YouTube. The only one that is perfect is the Most High. That's true. You gave it a name they gave you from the Bible. What? You gave it a name they gave you from the Bible. So if everyone on earth are sinners, you are going to have to accept thieves. What? What on earth are you talking about? How are you accepting thieves? What? Reverence belongs to the Most High. True, no one has the authority to use violence, including the thief. You need to read your Bible. You need to read your Bible too. So what about mental health? When you have a country that is poor, everyone has the right frame of mind, should expect behaviors that is not normal. So you mean to tell me the person that thief didn't know they were thieving? They didn't know they were thieving, so all thief that thief don't know they thieving. Interesting. That is normal in society where people are made dependent on the government. Level of education determines the level of crime. Not necessarily. Common sense does. Level of education have nothing to do with common sense. I think you have a lot of educated, foolish people out there. You have a lot of dumb, educated people, brothers and sisters. Just because you are able to obey what somebody tell you that is written in the book, and the person is probably able to explain what is written in the book, doesn't mean that they are. You know? There's a huge difference between education and common sense. Some people have education, have no common sense. Some people have common sense and no education. And if you listen to these people, you will swear that these people went to some sort of school, because they understand how things work, especially when it comes down to objective reality. Level of education determines the level of crime. Determines the level of crime. I don't agree with that at all. Jobs are not available. I do agree with that. So what usually happens, people turn on each other like savages in the jungle. Okay, thanks for that comment. They threaten, Nia Michelle is saying they're threatening fishermen going out. Okay, they're threatening fishermen going out on the sea saying war on drugs when they have the drug kingpins on their administration. Hey, who knows what's going on when it comes on to the sentiment right there? Keep in mind, brothers and sisters, back in the day, it was the CIA that brought in the drugs into. All right. So one drugs. Doesn't mean they are the same thing, you know. You know, they could have weed them out. Just like back in the day in New York, you had the mafias who colluding with the police officers, and the police officers were corrupt. I think that is something similar to what is happening today, brothers and sisters. Anyways, this individual is saying, the threatening fishermen going on school and they got on drugs. And they themselves are the real kingpins right there. How are you finding that? You don't have drug moving around nowhere in America that they have to find themselves on the seaplane, judge, jury, and executioner. Don't drink that Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid not good for you. Well, thanks for that comment, but I disagree with you. I agree that they should definitely do something about it. If there's another agenda involving in that, then that's a different story. But based on what we have been seeing, the only thing that they have been targeting is drug movement. And you know, a number of these drug cartels and this kind of things there, they come from these areas. And sometimes they utilize the sea to bring drugs to other places so that they can come through trucks and then cross the border and so forth and so forth. You know this in, well, those who know this in, all right, I don't know. That's what I hear. Anyways, Carlos is saying, go and look at the new port in Vinci. Okay, we'll try and look at it. I don't know where it is. Micah TV, BrBpTV, he does say, not much of a pretty sight. But after that, he says, 4:45, we're heading out there. 4:48, our tour, our bus is probably out there. How do you know he didn't leave the boat? Try and build up the country, Nafada. You're gonna cry down. Okay, you gotta cry down the place every post. Come on, man. Add value to the promotion of the nature. Okay, so a tourist came in and gave his viewpoint. Maybe he said he was going somewhere, whatever. I didn't see that part. You maybe see it. Great. The point is not necessarily on trying to cry or anything. The point here is so that he made the observation of what he's seen. So the point of actually increasing or better in the nature aisle would actually be listening to the individual and say, hey, how can we make the improvements so that when people come in on the cruise ship, they can be like, wow, let me see what is in there for the invitation of things based on the updating of the area that they are at. How on earth is this crying on Dominica? The man made his observation talking about the place doesn't look as bright as, you know, the nature aisle. And if he says he's going to go out there, great. I didn't see a video of him saying going out great. Nothing. The point is, let's improve. He gave his observation, obviously. Many people might have that same observation. It doesn't look that interesting, but it's still going to go out there and see what's up. Anyways, the point is, maybe if it had 100 people going out there, or like the individual say, probably 300 people went out there, and it had 4,000 people on the boat. 300 people going out there is a joke. Maybe if they made improvement of certain areas, remove all the containers or put the containers in the particular area and make certain things where it looks like it's flashy. Hey, what's going on there? We hear music down there. Let's see what's going on there so we can come out of the boat and maybe patronize the businesses that are there. Then that would make more than 300 tourists, maybe 1,000, 1,500 people can come out there and patronize as a result of the updating of the facility. How on earth you're not seeing that that's the point? You just freak me out. But thanks for the comment. Thanks for the comment right there. Vanya, obviously. So you want him to lie? Exactly my point. You want him to lie? That's not his job to build up Dominica. That's the PM job. Exactly. The tourist gave his viewpoint. They gave his viewpoint. So what should happen? The government should say, hey, let me take what the tourists say in consideration and try to make the place look better to attract people to come into the nature island of the Caribbean instead of staying on the boat. That is the point. How you crying? How you think I crying on Dominica? Because as above all, you just doesn't use all your brain at all. Add value to the promotion of the nature aisle. So you want me to say, no, man, what you say there is not true. Come in, man, just come in. When they see it for themselves. Brothers and sisters, sometimes we need to stop and think before we say what we want. All right? So you want him to lie? That's not his job to build Dominica. That's the Prime Minister's job. It's also the people's job as well for them to say, hey, the Prime Minister is from the Royal Exchange of the Prime Minister. There's also that sentiment right there. Instead of making Dominica a laughing place, why didn't they invest the money in Roseau to exactly my point, to improve the place instead of making the new hotel? I agree. Want to bring tourists? A lovely comment, man. Lovely comment. Right there. And no one can afford to stay in there. Yes, Oasis. Gonna pay $46. You think I as a tourist, if I'm a tourist, I can pay $46? That's like, if I come from the United States and my money is tripling, you think I pay for omelette in America for $5, going to pay omelette $46? That is almost 15 US. Not almost, that is 15 US. I can pay 15 US, 3 times the amount I pay for omelette in the United States and come and pay 3 times. I'm supposed to be like, okay, that's supposed to be less than $5. If they say $10 for the omelette, that is less than $5 because in the US that'll be about $12 and something cents. If it's $10, I say, okay, well, let me buy it. No, but they make $46. 46. You're tripping in your head, man. They should have take that money and thing, and then capital will come in and talk about, oh, you know, you work hard and whatnot. You get CBI, not CBI money, you get that? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Not CBI money you get to build that thing. Boy, some of all you really creative right here. Mika is then responding. He reported that the man took a video and wasn't gonna leave the ship. That was inaccurate. He not sure. It's our job to promote the nature aisle rather than to try. So you know, making no sense. I just explained myself right there. Vanya is responding to him again. Okay, if the man came off the ship or not, what difference does it make? It's still an ISO that there. We saying take out the ISO. You say no, Mystelics. Don't say that ISO because the man said that ISO. No, not to say it. Promote it instead. Say, forget what the tourists say. He have no obligation to say ISO because that's what he see. You serious now? You yeah. No boy. What difference does it make? What is there to see or buy? The place is a shithole. But I won't say Dominica is a shithole. I say the economy is a shithole, no doubt about it. Because you mean to tell me you take all this money to put in hotel for people to pay expensive stuff? Who going there? Who? But come on, what is there for tourists? What do you mean the PM can't do everything by himself? The PM that... What's that? I mean, thanks for the comment there. But that is... Well, by the... I guess by the way, is your PM asking for help? All he does is beg other countries for money and put... I don't understand. But it seems like there's the last set of comments. My dear brothers and sisters. The Prime Minister goes and begs people for countries for money and so forth and so forth. A loan and put the loan on the back of the people. But the question here is not necessarily of him going and get loans, you know, brothers and sisters. The point is, the question here is when you get the loans, what is the evidence to show? What is the evidence to say, hey guys, okay, we see improvement as a result of these loans. We are now making money. We are now seeing a difference when it comes down to monies coming in. We're taking all sorts of loans to do something. We go and get 6 garbage trucks. I don't know how much we spend for garbage trucks. People still complaining about garbage not picked. Garbage impossible. Boy, I tell you, boy, something is wrong. Something is wrong with us. And people still tell me about crying down the country. It's not me that say it now. I report what the partner say in the video. He's saying what he see. Even if he went out and bought the entire rose, or he still stated what he see. Which means that other people on the boat will most likely see what he see too. So the point is make improvements. So when people come and they say, hey, what is going on? This looks like something I might want to look into. Let me hop off the boat. But no, they see a set of containers because apparently they have no other place to put them. And when you go in Bayfront now, you see a set of tent. They're not looking attractive. It's the ghetto fabulous. And then you wonder why people are coming out. That is the whole point. It's not about crying out in the country. Anyways, Vanya, thanks so much for your feedback. Hopefully the individual learned something from your comment right there. But guys, this is pretty much what I asked for this here vibrations. It was a bit long, no doubt about it. I made sure I didn't read any other comments before. I just look at the amount of comment that was on the video that had the most comments, and I just commented on it to give my fair, real-time reaction to them. So thanks so much for your comments, guys. This was a bit long one. It's Saturday. Hopefully, guys, free up. Also, I'll be dropping another video on the BrBpTV platform. It's concerning the whole lawyer business that is taking place, brothers and sisters. And it seems like lawyers are colluding with each other to bubbleize the Dominican people. And of course, I'm gonna react into the Anderson Jolly reaction that he did on Matt, and giving his viewpoint so other people can also see it as well. Because apparently, most people didn't know what's going on. People didn't know what's going on in this place, brothers and sisters. A lot of secrecy thing are happening, and you wonder why lawyers are acting in certain mannerism. Why don't your case get called? Why is this happening? What is going on? And you never know, it might be colluded with the very people that you are fighting against. It's interesting. And you look at it, brothers and sisters. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. Tune in to BrBpTV around 7:30, around that time, 7:38. You'll get a notification. Obviously, I tend to stay about 10 minutes before I actually do the actual reaction, live interaction reaction. So definitely tune in, brothers and sisters. I will try to send out the link when I'm doing the live as well. That's something I need to work on. But yes, guys, definitely tune in for the vibrations. I'll definitely be reacting to that video, and I'll be reacting to another one as well next Sunday, God spare, and also doing a follow-up because it was brought to my attention that I missed a number of things in the reaction that I did on Mystelics reaction, guys. This channel actually, and so I'll be doing a follow-up on that on Monday, God spare. So look out for that vibrations. It's very concerning stuff that is taking place when it comes down to the sentiment. The individual I also mentioned in the video talking about, his doc fees and all those kind of things that the boats have to pay. That is the main thing. That should not be the main thing. The main thing should be the people. The same sentiment comes down to the sentiment right there where the lawyers are taking advantage of the people. It's the people that should be benefiting as a result, not the lawyers. The lawyers should benefit true, but the people should find comfort and confidence in their lawyers. But there's some cocoa maca going on, and we need to get to the bottom of this, and we will. We will. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. With that said, already, brothers and sisters, be real. Start everything always. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click the thumbs up, and I said it really fast. Click the thumbs up button, brothers and sisters. Thanks so much for watching, and with that said, already, be positive.